Welcome to KX News on the Go. I'm Chance Stickland. An update now on several wildfires that broke out over the weekend. Two have now been fully contained. According to several agencies in the area, wildfires began Sunday in Rolla, south of Newtown, and in Belcourt. As of Monday night around 10, the one in Belcourt still burning. The fire department has been fighting both grass and forest fires for days and are still trying to put them out. Now authorities say they believe these fires were started on purpose.
It was suspected that individuals were starting fires. We put it out to the public that any information, any footage, any pictures that could be shared so that we could get some leads would help. Law enforcement has made some arrests, and we do have individuals in custody.
As for the fires in Rolla, were contained Sunday night. The other fire south of Newtown was contained as of Monday morning. After months of debate and a final stretch that went into the early morning, North Dakota lawmakers wrapped up their session at 4 a.m. on Saturday. Lawmakers used 74 of their 80 allowed days, introducing more than 1,000 bills, and more than 600 of those passed both chambers. Representative Zach Ista from Grand Forks says there were new investments in child care, mental health treatment, and homelessness support. Ista says it's a step in the right direction and that it wouldn't have been possible without the people of North Dakota.
I think folks are going to see a lot of helpful investments that were made in the future of North Dakota. And we know that we create better bills, better laws, better policies, the more we hear from everyday North Dakotans. So thank you to everybody who took time to visit the Capitol, to make their voice heard, to reach out to their lawmakers. We got a better product because of your involvement.
And even though the session is over, lawmakers still have 6 days they can use if something urgent comes up. You probably heard of the initials MMIWP, but do you actually know what it means? An event held on Monday was aimed at changing that. At Bismarck State College, a summit brought people together to confront the crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous women and people. The free public event drew students, educators, lawmakers, and families together. The goal to move beyond awareness and push for action. There was panel discussions with law enforcement, state leaders like Representative Jamie Davis and former U.S. Senator Heidi Heitkamp. But some of the most moving moments actually came from the families, some of whom are still waiting for answers. One of those voices reminded the crowd why waiting for change is not an option.
Well, we don't have time to wait for the law enforcement agencies, local, state, or federal, to kind of have that conversation. We just need to get out there searching, right? And so we do that as family members and as communities.
Organizers say this summit is just the beginning. You can find the highlights and resources from that event over on our website at kxnet.com. Let's check in with Andre now for a quick check of that forecast.
Well, thank you so much, Chance. And looking here in Williston right now, we are seeing those partly to mostly cloudy skies, and temperatures are at 43 degrees, and it's because of that north-northwesterly wind at 13 miles per hour. But let's head over into Dickinson, where we're also seeing those partly to mostly cloudy skies, and temperatures are at 44 degrees, and the winds are out of the north at 10 miles per hour, and that is allowing for us to be a little cooler this morning. Now, as we head over into our current storm team radar, we're seeing those partly to mostly cloudy skies across our neck of the woods with a little bit of spotty shower activity just north and east of Bismarck. But other than that, things are looking pretty dry as we start out our Tuesday. Now, as we head over into our current temperatures, our temperatures right now are mainly in the 40s at this time. Exception there in Crosby, where it's 34 degrees, and there in Plentywood is at 37 degrees. So there is quite a crisp in the air up there. Now, as far as over the last 24 hours, we have seen a notable dip in temperatures, about 5 to 15 degrees cooler. So we may need that light jacket in those northern areas this morning. Now, as far as our current winds, this is what's driving it. We are seeing that northerly flow around 5 to 15 miles per hour, so it is a little bit on that breezy side as well. And as far as the current soil temperatures brought to you by Burt's All Grain and Seed, we're seeing those values mainly in the 50s and 60s, exception there in Dickinson where it's 71 degrees, and there in Bottineau at 47 degrees. So we are seeing things become a lot more favorable to start growing some of those garden and crops alike. Now, we have our area of high pressure that's giving us that northerly flow, and that's going to continue throughout the day today, and that's going to allow for that dry air to take over and provide us with much more sunshine as we get into the later portions of the afternoon and the evening. And looking at our highs for today will mainly be in the 60s, which which means guess what? Our spring meter for today will be at a level 4. And once we get into tonight, we will see those temperatures drop down into the 30s and even some 40s as well. So even chillier than what we were seeing this morning. As we get into the rest of our midweek here, we will continue to see our area of high pressure march its way towards the east, and that is going to be providing us with warmer air from the south, and that is going to allow also for much more sunshine into the viewing area during the day on Wednesday and the day on Thursday. So that is something to keep in mind for sure. Now, looking at our great outdoors forecast for our Wednesday, it's looking pretty good with temperatures starting out with those 40s, with those mainly clear conditions, and some 30s again are quite possible too. And once we get into our 11 o'clock hour, we will see those temperatures increase into the 50s with those mainly sunny conditions, and then mainly sunny conditions for our 5 o'clock hour with those temperatures climbing up into the 70s. And for our Thursday, we will see the mainly sunny skies continue with breezy to gusty winds coming back into the forecast by our Thursday, and we will see 80s in the forecast for Thursday too. Now, once we get into Williston, we will see those temperatures drop back down into the 70s by the time we get into our Friday due to a weak cold front moving through Thursday night into our Friday, and then we're going to be increasing once again into the 80s by the time we get into our Saturday with mainly sunny conditions. And that same thing goes here with Dickinson with temperatures in the mid 70s for our Friday and then low 80s as we head into our Saturday with mainly sunny skies. Now for Minot, we will see that dip in temperatures as well on Friday, but once we get into our Mother's Day weekend, it is going to be looking quite fabulous with temperatures in the low 80s with mainly sunny skies, and that same thing goes here in Bismarck too. So Chance, it looks like today is going to be an overall good spring day.
You got it. All right, for everyone here at KX News, I'm Chance Sticklin. Have a great day.